Good morning, Miss Alicia. I am Sengze. Today I'm going to present about my assignment in management accounting. So next, this is the table of content for my presentation. And we're going to discuss about what is budgeting in accounting. Budget is actually a detailed financial plan that outlines the organization anticipated revenue, resource, expenses for a specific period. So this is the first question where we are required to provide the sales budget for the James Limited. As we can see, James Limited is actually a manufacturing company which produce NICs and ARCs. So they are producing two products. But with the expected sales is about 144,000 for NICs and 176,000 for ARCs. As we can see, for ARCs, it takes about more than 50% for the company James Limited. So something to take note is the selling price per unit, where we can see the selling price per unit for NICs is $32 and the selling price for ARC is about $44. This is something we should take note of. And the production unit, which we can see the total units to be produced for NICs is about 4,000 and the total product for ARC will be about 5,000. So why we need to understand how many units should we produce in the year? It's because the cost per unit budget will show how important to analyze the production unit. Because you can see, after we have accumulated total up all the costs for producing the product, so we will divide by the production unit. So at the end, you will get one thing which is the cost per unit budget. So the cost per unit budget we can see for NICs is about $31.36 and for ARC is about $44.25. And now, cost per unit price and also the selling price will affect the company. Where they affect the company is because as we put them together, we compare them, we can see that the selling price for NICs is about 32, but the cost per NIC will be about $31.36. So we can see that actually the company is earning a profit through manufacturing NICs. But for ARCs, the selling price is $44, but the cost per unit is about $44.25. So we can see that actually the cost is higher than the profit. So it incur a loss to the company. So the cash flow budget will show what happened after they producing these two products in a year. So you can see that the cash balance at the end in the first quarter, they are gaining profit. But starting from the second quarter, they are gaining loss. The third quarter, the amount of the loss is getting bigger and bigger. And at the end, in the quarter 4, it gets about negative 115,700, which is a loss to the company. So it shows that how important to understand and having budget in the company. Next, I'm going to talk about the roles of budget. The financial planning and control is actually the roles of budget where it prioritizes financial activities that are most beneficial, which means budget will analyze for you which one is the most beneficial activities for the organization. And it also provides clear guidance on managing income and expenses. And coordination and communication is also one of the roles budget where it encourages collaboration across different departments. So it involving superiors in the budgeting process is also important for them to understand how difficulties for the employee are they facing. So next we'll talk about the enhancing decision making where it provides financial visibility and enhanced risk management. And financial performance evaluation is also one of the roles of budget because it will address the differences between project and actual budget amount. And it provides a benchmark, which is very important to let the organization know whether the department is progressing or no. And lastly, resource optimization. Resources are all identified and listed in the budget, so we can utilize them effectively. And next, we will talk about why the company need to adapting the budgeting technique. Because of cost saving, it provides a clear guidance on managing income and expenses. Second, it will prioritize the financial activities that are most beneficial. So, cost saving will help you to know what is important to reduce and what is important we should not reduce. And one more is the performance indicator, which provide a benchmark for evaluation of progression. And there's one budget called performance-based budget, which they allocate based on the performance. And nextly, I will talk about adaptability to changing environment, supporting growth and sustainability, and it enables the organization to react quickly with pests. What is pests? Pests is politics, environment, social, and also technology, which is the external factor which it will affect the company. And lastly is the support strategic objective. They will support the company's strategic objective by providing a strategic plan for it. So effective strategic planning and situation analysis will be happen in the budget. And lastly, transparency. It enables full utilization of resource in an organization and because all the budget is listed out, so there will be no biased budget distribution. Lastly, in conclusion, I'd like to tell about it's important to have budget because it provides many benefits and it helps the company to grow and survive in the fast-paced world. So lastly, I would like to quote a word from Dave Ramsey, which talk about a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where your money went. Thank you.